Hello, everyone. Welcome back to many of you to the Advancement Center. Welcome to any of you that's here for the first time. Welcome to the Advancement Center and to the world of magic and miracles. Wow. All I can say, there is so much happening right now at this amazing time on planet Earth. Nothing is as it seems. It's an incredible time of, as I called it, the hamster wheel that the planet has been on for millennia, that no one's ever been able to get off. All of a sudden, most are off of the wheel. The wheel has stopped. You can actually get out. You can look around. You can see the trees. You can smell the flowers. You can see the birds. You can see your family, your friends. It's a pretty magical time right now. Everything is shifting, mostly behind the scenes, but little by little, one by one, everyone will begin to see the real world, the real life, what we came here to do here on Earth, to enjoy life in such a completely different way than it's all been laid out for us for so long. It's a really special time to be here. And I'm really excited. And it's also just an amazing quiet time. That's what makes it so different. Quiet on the roads, well, at least on the highway. Our little town of Solvang is still quite busy on the road. It's just a really amazing time. And my connection that's always been with nature, with the wild animals out there, it's spreading. I just heard from my mother, who's up in Northern California, the other day, how she just had an amazing personal experience with a little bird. She's always putting out bird seed every day, and every time she walks out to refill it, they fly away. Maybe they don't go far, but she's just shared with me the other day that there's a little bird that didn't even step off the bird feeder as she climbs up on the ladder to pull it down to refill it. It just stayed there. And she spoke to it when she put it on the ground and said, "You might want to move to the ground and he did. And when she put it back up, he jumped back up on the bird feeder. And then I got another message from her last night that the same little bird flew into her garage and stayed there for the night, greeted her when she came out in the morning. It's the sweetest thing. It doesn't matter how big or how small an animal you can have an interaction with, a wild animal. It's huge. She said she was having gray weather, and she said that little bird made her whole day, brightened up her whole day. It's amazing, isn't it? Just little things, the tiniest of interactions, unexpected interactions, can mean so much, can bring such joy into one's experience here. But even more amazing is how we can do that for ourselves at every moment. And this quieting down of external distractions is providing everyone with the opportunity to do that. So there's a lot of really good things coming as a result of the current circumstances all around the planet, not just in one place. And just another little example for me is the picture that I chose for the invitation for today's broadcast. The moment I saw it, it took me to one of my favorite beaches in Northern California, which was probably the furthest away. It's called Lemon Tour Beach. And it put me there. All I did was look at a picture, and there I was at the beach, walking through the sand dunes to the ocean. In a flash, I was there. So anyone that seems like they're getting a little bit cuckoo from being stuck in their homes, it's not like that at all. It's such a glorious opportunity. You can travel anywhere, and it's all within you. You don't need to rely on anybody, anything outside of yourself. So I'm very excited for where we are, and we're all here together. And the kindness, the smiles, as we pass by people in the grocery store or at the gas station, it's all different. It's all changing. It's a funny thing about this human experience, how things that feel like a tragedy, I'm looking for the right word, not a tragedy, a crisis. Things that appear to be a crisis is what tends to bring humans together. And I laugh every time I think about that. I think, well, why do we need a crisis to bring us together? And by together, I mean that where all the walls drop, where everything drops, all the pettiness, or a lot of the pettiness drops. Okay, so what this actually is, it's the end of that being the case. This is the last time it will be a crisis that brings everyone together. There's a melting away. I think I said something in the last broadcast, but there's a shattering. It's like shattering of anything, shattering of a shell, shattering of something that's hard, that's a barrier between things. It's all breaking. And even though there's this thing they call social distancing, it's not going to work. It may be a short-term thing, but it's not a long-term change in the way we are with each other. It's just the opposite. Because very soon, all of humanity is going to realize the freedom, the true freedom they have, because we are in reality not susceptible to anything. This whole thing that we've been programmed, that we can catch things from each other, that disease is even something that exists. It doesn't in our world. It certainly doesn't exist here at the Advancement Center. And it is also spreading. It's coming, even though things may appear confusing at times. It's okay. Everything is happening just perfectly. And the more you step into and play in your world, the greater the external world will be. And this incredible feeling of kindness and generosity and love and joy and play and fun. Can't you just see the little children? Can't you just see yourself as a little child? That's what life was. So we're getting our life back. We're getting why we're here, what we're here for back. That ability to just relax in this beautiful, magical spirit that you came here with. And I can't help but see the fairies and Tinkerbell, and because that's the lightness of who we are. And it's time. The heaviness is slowly subsiding, melting. The beings that there's so many that are just horrified at the moment because their control of this confining, suppressing matrix has ended. They don't know what to do with themselves. It's time for them to go back to where they came from. It's time for everything we came here for to be allowed to be enjoyed. And part of it is the thoughts, the thought patterns. They're insidious how they can come in. Once they're fed to you at a young age, they can come in and they could take over. And none of that was how it was supposed to be. But it was trained and it was passed on for generation after generation. But this is all disappearing. No more thoughts to weigh you down, to judge you, to concern you about anything. there's nothing to be concerned about. And being concerned actually doesn't help. Being worried, when has that ever helped? It doesn't. So all of it, it's just floating away. It's going out beyond the atmosphere. This beautiful planet called Earth only has room now for the light, for the lightness, for the beautiful simplicity of life. That is one of the secrets to this beautiful new life, is the simplicity. Even the way we speak, the words we use will become simpler with very few words. Not only will there be clarity in the words, but the transmission behind the words is growing. The words are becoming less and less important, even though we were trained the opposite. The way we transmit to each other, to nature, how you can open up the clouds on a rainy day, so the path you choose to walk, there's blue skies over your head and sun shining on you. And yet when you look to your left or your right or behind you or in front of you, there's clouds. It could be even raining, but right where you are, because that's your choice in this moment, I would like to take a walk in the sun and not get rained on. It will follow you. I've had that experience. It was by the ocean. I was all by myself. It's magic. The same with the wind. To be standing outside, having an interaction with someone, and the wind can be howling in the tree right 10 feet away from you. And yet where you stand, there's no wind, or just a gentle caress of it from now and again. So you can speak without getting blown to bits. It's the most magical feeling. And the similar feeling with the animals. As the wild ones no longer have to run at your presence or at your movement, because even they're picking up, there's nothing to be afraid of. Because this is how we saw it. This is how I saw it. The gentleness, the playfulness, And that feeling when you see an animal, there's so many. I'll use a bunny rabbit or a puppy. You just get that indescribable feeling. You just want to cuddle with it, and it just melts. It melts you. Those feelings like that are going to be more and more prevalent. There will be more of those warm and fuzzy feelings. So enjoy the peace, enjoy the play, enjoy the fun, enjoy the mischief. Must have mischief. Prime ingredient here. And celebrate this amazing moment here on planet Earth. And in another day, it will be more amazing. And another day, it will be even more amazing. There's nothing to look for. There's nothing to anticipate. Just moving forward in your vision. Keeping our eye on the ball of this beautiful life. Is all there is to do. Other things will come. You may absolutely, there will be actions and there will be things, but the way it comes is completely different. It's from that place of your connection with yourself, with your, when I say that, I'm talking about your most magnificent being. And following your spirit. Everything will come from that. So somehow the way we leave you after every broadcast seems more perfect than ever before. As we wish you a perfect life, perfect health, and the most glorious magic future. Thank you.